Now that we have our user profiles, stylescapes, and black and white logo complete, it's time for us to build all the other elements needed to make it a successful brand. Let's go back and look at the stylescapes I did for Olix Spices. After speaking with the client, he chose to go with the first stylescape, but as you can tell, the hand lettering for the black and white logo that I created is not as extravagant as the one presented to him in the stylescape. And that's because he wanted to tone it down some. And that's fine because constructive feedback from the client is always appreciated when discussing logo designs. Now I want to draw your attention to the other images used in the stylescape. These images will be where I draw the brand's color choices from. To help determine colors, we need to head on over to colors.adobe.com. There's two ways to create a color scheme. The first is by using the color wheel and dragging and dropping your points to establish colors. If you want to find the analogous or monochromatic examples, you can do that. You can also create a custom palette that'll let you move all the points specifically to your choice. Once you find the palette you like, you can save it to your library and it'll automatically sync to the Illustrator library for you to use those colors. Another way is by uploading your stylescape and using the points to pick colors directly off the stylescape itself. No matter which way you choose to develop your specific colors, you can save them to the library for future use. Now that we have our colors down, let's reopen our black and white logo file in Illustrator and get to work creating the supporting elements needed. First things first, we need to create a lot more artboards to place all of these new elements on. Starting off, I'll create one for the logo colorization, the color choices, and the typography. Starting with the color choices, I'll create some circles to place my colors. I previously wrote down all the colors that the client actually agreed to, and I'll be using the hex codes to color my circles for you to review today. I'll also name these colors something besides blue and gold. The two accent colors, though, I'll just call dark gray and light gray. With our colors decided, I will also create a value layout of each color as well in case we need those moving forward in our designs. If you remember back to the vector course, I'm using the same blending options that I taught you over there. Now let's move on to the typography used. You'll see that not only do I display the name of the typeface, but I also display the whole alphabet as well as a couple of characters showing an uppercase and lowercase option. I do this so the client can see the true details in the typeface that I chose. Okay, now that we have the first few artboards ready, I'll go back and colorize the second artboard with the two main colors I picked. Now I'll obviously need more artboards to create the supporting elements. I'll start with creating a seal based on the circular styling and the logo that I used in my inspiration in the stylescapes. As you can see, I'll colorize the seal two different ways that can be used in a multitude of applications for Olix. Next, I have a pattern I created using a flower illustration I constructed from scratch and then turned it into a pattern layout. If you do not know how to create a strong pattern, you'll find resources in the Supplemental Resources section in this unit. The next artboard in the layout shows the custom icons I created for each spice that the client wanted me to start with. Now the last two artboards contain the laurels that can be used in the future as well as the seal of supreme quality. You'll need to create a seal for Bunny Approved to be used on the blueberry packaging moving forward. This portion of the design phase takes a lot of time to get right, so you'll need to set aside many hours to get all of these elements designed and ready to turn in. Remember, if you have any questions, please reach out to your instructor for help.